for step 22, attaching the rear axles, we're going to need our hubs and the bearings so we can put in our joints here. And then you can see that we're actually going to install those axles into both sides, grease them up, and then attach them all with these screw pins. So I've pulled together the bearings that we're going to need, the screw pins, and then here are the joints, our axles, and our hubs ready to go. So I'll just set this up, and I think we'll start working on this side first. So let's build one of these hubs first. So let's get our bearing. We need to put that inside there. Push that down. There we go. So it is in place. And then we're grabbing one of our joints, axles, however you want to call it. And they're showing you greasing it up. And this time I will, I don't know. I have this thing. When I'm using bearings, I don't normally do it, but I don't know what it is, but today I feel like doing it because I just think, you know, a lot of the times this is to do with the plastic bushings, and yes, you definitely need grease there, but when it's the bearings, I don't tend to do it, but I seem to be doing it with this one. So your choice on that one for sure. So there we go. There is one of them in. It's running nice and smooth, and then we're going to grab our gearbox back end that we just built, and you can see that we need to grab one of our axles, and we're going to, in fact, actually I would suggest this first, because we know this one, we've already done the lower end, right? We've already finished this one, so why not grab our longer one, the BA10, and let's get the base in. So if we put that in there, we know the screw pin is going to go from back to front, so we're going to put that through. And move that in place. There we go. And now we will screw this one in. Okay, so that one is in. So now we can grease up our axle, because they're showing you that they want you to grease this part up, which makes sense because now we're on metal on metal. I have to say the axles on this car are huge. I just find these are really big. And one, a little bit more on there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to feed this into our joint and feed it into the axle as well, which it is. So then we can move that into place, and we're going to use the little B11s, which are slightly smaller, and take it through all the way, and we're going to screw this one in now. So there we go. There is one side done. Awesome. So everything's moving smoothly, so that is fine. So again, we're going to do the same thing. Let's grab our other hub, snap the bearing into place, grab our other axle, put the grease on. Again, if you're using bearings, don't necessarily have to do that, but again, I seem to be doing it this time. Stick that through. Now it's in there, running nice and smooth. Grab our gearbox again, and we're going to put this one down, and I just find this is easier because you can do this without moving it, so it can stay on the base, and then you can just find where you need to put that in and slide it through. There we go. Again, let's screw this in. It's in place. And so then we can tilt that up. We know we've got to screw that in, but first, you catch that? I almost didn't bother putting in the axle. And on the other side. Okay, and we'll stick that into the joint and into the other side, same thing. Move that down, in. So let's screw that last one in. And there we go. So now we have both sides, both axles are attached and in. Everything is running smoothly. So that is the end of step 22. We've now completely built the back end. So now we're going to move on to step 23 and attach the receiver switch.